Tim Tebow wins with his arm.
McNabb is done.
Green Bay Packers, will they go undefeated this year?
Welcome to Tuesday Morning Quarterback. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Joe.
We got a lot going on. Some exciting games happening this Sunday. We're out at our local sports bar, some nachos, some beer, and talking about football. We just saw your boys, Tebow and the team, take over. That was pretty impressive. What did you think of that game?
I love it. Look, seriously, Tim Tebow, I gotta say it, I am definitely a Tebow fan.
You gotta believe now, right?
I'm gonna have to get my whole Tebow on.
And he shook it up. Everything that they said he can't do, he won the game on his arm today.
Yeah.
He only had like 17 yards rushing or something.
I just gotta say this, like, everybody's saying that Tebow can't do this, can't do that. I wasn't like a Tebow fan before he came to the Broncos. I didn't have anything against him, but I wanted to root for this guy just for the fact that
it makes you want to root for the underdog, right?
Yeah.
And he just takes it all in stride and goes out there and win games. I think that's impressive. We'll see what some of the other people thought of that game when we get out there. Another thing that happened this week was Donovan McNabb was released by the Vikings, and nobody picked him up. Now he's a free agent. Do you think he's done? Somebody should have picked him up. Personally, I've never been a McNabb supporter because he played for the Eagles for so long, and that's the main Cowboys rival. But I think he's a whiner, and I think he's a little too old to really be effective, even for a team that needs a veteran going down the stretch.
Well, I was a Donovan McNabb fan. It's really sad to see that nobody claimed off the waiver. I didn't think anybody was going to. I mean, he's done, but it's sad to see him. I did enjoy watching him play for years. But
he's one of the big scrambling quarterbacks, playing on his legs, breaking the pocket. It's some exciting plays, definitely. But I just think his season is over. His career is over. Somebody will pick him up as a backup next year, right? But it reminds me of Terrell Owens tried to come back. I was surprised nobody picked him up.
Well, I don't think anybody wants to deal with Terrell Owens anymore.
It's the attitude.
Seriously, I think the NFL's starting to wisen up. Well, somewhat. At least when players are older, the players that are considered team dancers.
Right.
I think they're getting a little bit better about saying, look, I don't want to invest in this, especially through the year. We were talking about this earlier. If you have a team that's gelled together, a bunch of receivers that have gotten you to a place where you actually can go to the playoffs.
Why do you want to disrupt that?
Yeah, why do you want to disrupt that? Why do you want to bring somebody that's going to be asking for the ball and taking away possible receptions or disrupting the chemistry?
It's just throwing a wrench in the works.
Right.
So we got a lot of teams as well that are really starting to come on in the second half of the season. You got Miami, you got Denver, you got some people who looked early on like nothing was going to be happening with their season, and now they're really going. I think personally it's because we didn't have an off season. It's taken some teams a little bit longer to sort of figure out who they are, really gel together, and really put their plan into action.
You think Miami, like Sperano, should get an opportunity to have another shot next year?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the way he's turned the team around in the second half of the season, I mean, they've won 4 of the last 5 games. They beat the Raiders today, and they beat them handily, right?
I think that's just the reason. That's reason enough. Sperano should get his job next year because they beat the Raiders. I mean, that's just good for the NFL.
Any loss for the Raiders is good for a Broncos fan. And I'd like to see Green Bay take down New York in New York. We're at halftime of that game right now, but I need to see that happen to keep the Cowboys 2 games up in the NFC East, right? Speaking of Green Bay, you think they're going to go 16-0?
Well, goodness gracious. So, right now, we get the benefit of watching, actually, the New York Giants put it on Green Bay right now. I always like to say, it's tough. It's not just me. It's tough to win games in the NFL.
Their defense is not great. They have to put up 30 points a game really to win. Right. So, I think they'll probably actually make it. If they can get past New York today, I think they're going to make it. They still have to play the Lions again, though.
Okay. I'll say that they won't make it.
Okay.
I'll say they won't. 16-0.
We're gonna ask some others and see what they think. We'll keep scoring.
Let's do it.
All right.
Erica, nice to meet you, Erica. Let's see. We have a true blue Green Bay Packers fan. Well, it'll be the first in front of everyone with 11 minutes left. Are the Packers going to go undefeated this season?
Yes. They are.
All right, we're going to find out. All right, this is hands down. If you predict it, this is
hands down. Done.
All right, so how long have you been a Packers fan?
Since I was born. I was actually born in Minnesota.
Okay.
But my dad's a diehard Packer fan, so I was raised a Packer fan, and I will die a Packer fan.
You get a lot of flack from Minnesota Vikings fans?
No, because all the Vikings fans are fair weather. They're wishy-washy. Half the time they're Packers fans, half the time they root for the Bears.
See, I'm a Broncos fan, right?
Right.
So honestly, you can't go anywhere without hearing a little bit about Tim Tebow.
Right.
What do you have to say about Tim Tebow?
I'm a big Tim Tebow fan. I actually follow, my cousin goes to Florida, and so I watched a little bit of him back in college. We had a couple Thanksgivings. They're big Tebow fans, and they actually live in Denver now. So they were just stoked that he went there.
There you go. Come on. Go, baby, go. Go. Go.
A lot of talent.
You don't have any problems with him in terms of like how he's playing? Just because he's an unconventional quarterback, he's not bad for the NFL.
I think that's unconventional. I think a lot of the great quarterbacks in history have been unconventional in their own different way, and I think this might be a little more bold per se right now, but I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think it'll actually probably help him out in the long run.
Thank you, Erica.
All right, so I'm here with John right now. John's a San Diego man, so I'm going to promise not to talk too much about that.
No, it's San Diego. What?
Right. It's a lost season. What do you think? Do you think North Turner should be fired? Or?
You know, it's hard because, I like North Turner. I think he's a good guy. His offenses are really explosive. It's always fun to watch, kind of like the way they play. It's definitely not smash-mouth football, so it's entertaining.
But they always fizzle out.
Yeah, they always
You go 14-2 and you don't make it to the NFC Championship game.
Exactly, and at the end, all that really matters is kind of how many wins you put up. So
right, and championships. Ultimately, you can have a winning season every year, but if you never go deep into the playoffs.
Exactly. I'd rather win and actually go deep in the playoffs and watch, an entertaining losing team.
Absolutely, right. So what you love the NFL in general? You watch all the games, or?
It's I didn't really get into it until a few years ago with fantasy. That's kind of when I started.
You like the
fantasy?
fantasy?
More into the fantasy thing, and then kind of into that now. I kind of like.
How's your team doing?
It's pretty off.
Pretty off.
Pretty off. Yeah.
That seems to be the way of it this season. Either you're undefeated, or you're basically 500.
3-9. That's basically 500. Right?
Yeah, basically. My team's at 500 right now. They will be after today. I can lose by about 100 points.
That's far. It's still a better record than mine.
How about Tim Tebow?
I was very anti-Tebow at first. He's won me over.
Yeah.
Were
you one of those who can't play in the NFL?
I didn't think he could. And they kind of like designed the scheme around them. It's a college scheme. It's like, okay, this is gimmicky offense. There's no way it's going to work.
Right.
It's working.
It's working now. Yeah.
Well,
and the thing is, today he had over 200 yards passing.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns.
Ran it in for a 2-point conversion. He only had like 17, 18 yards rushing, so they can't say he's doing it on his speed or that he can't throw. He was 66% completions today.
He's making things happen. When you've got God on your side, good things are
hard.
Happen.
It's hard to beat God.
Yeah, no, it's hard to beat God. Yeah. Only one team's done it so far, and they weren't even running kind of Tebow's offense. So.
Absolutely. He's the best scrambling quarterback ever.
Oh, by far.
Right. And what about the Packers? You think they can go 16-0?
It's hard doing this thing. I don't know if there's a team that's
if you had to say it right now, Packers 16-0 or no?
I would say no. It's just too hard.
Another great Sunday of football here. Talked to some good fans out in West Hollywood.
Broncos won.
The Cowboys did not, but we're going to try it all over again next Sunday. So we'll see you then.
See you next week.